Survey paints mixed picture of newsroom diversity. This episode of Today in News Tech is made possible with audio articles by ourhometown.com. Today we look at a news survey of nearly 12,000 US-based journalists from Pew Research on how they view the news industry. In particular, the section on newsroom diversity shows a mixed picture reflecting respondents' demographics. The survey asked journalists whether their news organization has enough employee diversity in several areas. Here are the main takeaways. Most say there's enough diversity in their newsrooms when it comes to gender and age, but journalists give lower marks in the areas of sexual orientation and ethnicity. Underneath the overall numbers are some clear differences in views across demographic groups, particularly age and gender. Younger and female journalists are often more likely than their older and male peers to think there is not enough diversity in their organizations. Despite concerns about diversity at their organizations, about two-thirds of all journalists say their colleagues generally are treated fairly regardless of their race and ethnicity, similar to the shares who say staffers are treated fairly regardless of their age or gender. Asked about fair treatment of staffers inside the news organization, Black, Hispanic, and Asian journalists are often less likely than white journalists to say that employees are treated fairly in all three areas: gender, age, and race and ethnicity. The same pattern applies to female journalists compared with male journalists, and for younger journalists compared with their older colleagues.
Today in News Tech, the podcast covering innovation in digital journalism. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and subscribe on YouTube or any of your favorite podcast apps. We'll see you tomorrow.
At our hometown, we help newspapers build WordPress websites, design native apps, and develop digital subscription models. If you are interested in a free prototype of your publication on WordPress, go to ourhometown.com and click the Contact Us button.